Hello students, welcome to today's E.V.S class. As we have done our lesson number 2, today we are going to start lesson number 3, that is the world of animals. But before that, let's discuss the homework given to you in the previous class. So question number 1 was, what is dehydration? What we should do in case of dehydration. So dehydration occurs when we lose more fluid than we take in. And in case of dehydration, we should drink plenty of water. We should make a solution at home by mixing salt and sugar in water and drink it. Plus, if it is a case of emergency, then we should take the patient immediately to the hospital. So question number 2 was, why should the victim lie still in case of snake bites? So answer is, in case of snake bites, a victim lies still as any movement can cause the poison to spread faster in the blood. I'm repeating the answer because in case of snake bites, the victim should lie still as any movement can cause the poison to spread faster in the blood. And question number 3 was, what are heat strokes? Heat strokes are the strokes that are caused if one is exposed to extreme heat for a long time. In this case, we should reduce the temperature of the body by spraying water all over the body. So these are the answers of the homework given to you. So now let's start today's class, and today we are going to start lesson number 3, the world of animals. In this lesson we will learn about different animals and where they live. Plus we will learn about the shelters made by animals and human beings. So let's start today's class. Yes, so let's start today's class. First, what is a habitat? Habitat is the natural environment in which an animal lives. Or you can say a habitat is a place where animals or plants live, where they get water, food and shelter. So habitat is a place where animals or plants live, where they get everything for their survival. So these are the different habitats in which an animal lives. Like some animals live in forest, some live in deserts, some live in seas and oceans, some live near mountains, hills. So these are the habitat, or we can say the natural environment where an animal lives. So every animal has a habitat. The place where an animal or plant lives and grows is called its habitat. A habitat is where an animal finds the food, water and shelter it needs to live. In this lesson we will only learn about the animals. So we will only learn about the different kinds of animals. Yes, now there are different types of animals, different kinds of animals. First are terrestrial animals, second aerial animals, third arboreal animals, aquatic animals and amphibians animals. Now examples are also given to you. Now we will discuss these animals one by one. Yes, first kind of animals are terrestrial animals. Now what are terrestrial animals? Animals that live on land are called terrestrial animals. These animals have features suitable for life on land. They have legs which help them to walk on land, and most of them have lungs as their breathing organs. For example, lion, fox, elephant, snakes, termites. So these are all terrestrial animals that live on land. Yes, examples of terrestrial animals are porcupine, beaver, kangaroo, ostrich, giraffe, elephant. These animals are live on land. Some more examples of terrestrial animals are horse, deer, fox, bear, cow, elephant. So, a lion lives in a den, a fox lives in a cave, snakes live in holes, and termites live in underground colonies. Because termites live together, many millions of termites live together, and that's why termites live in underground colonies. Arboreal animals. Arboreal animals are the animals which live and grow on trees. For example, monkeys, squirrels. These are all arboreal animals. Next are aerial animals. Aerial means the animals which live in air. That means the animals that can fly and spend a lot of time in the air. So aerial animals are the animals which live mostly in the air, are called aerial animals. Examples are birds and bats. Examples of aerial animals: sparrow, seagull, parrot, pigeon. These are all aerial animals. Next are aquatic animals. Animals that live in water are called aquatic animals. Most aquatic animals breathe through gills, except whales and dolphins, which breathe through lungs. Gills help them to breathe. Most aquatic animals have fins or paddles that help them to swim. I am showing you fins and paddles. Yes, gills helps them to breathe and fin help them to balance their body. These are their fins. These. And paddles are their tail, which help them to move in water, which help them to swim. So most aquatic animals have fins or paddles that help them to swim. Examples of aquatic animals are fish, octopus, turtle, crab, whales, dolphins, sharks. So the animals that live in water are called aquatic animals. Some more examples of aquatic animals: seahorse, seal, whale. Amphibians. Last kinds of animals are amphibians animals. Amphibians animals are the animals that can live both on land and in water. They can live both on land and water, have gills to breathe underwater and lungs to breathe on land. Leave these 2 points. This is not of your use. And examples of amphibians are frogs. Salamanders are the most popular amphibians. Salamander is a very important example of amphibians animals. So amphibians animals are the animals which live both on land and in water. Now there is a very important question: which is the largest amphibian in the world? So answer is the Chinese giant salamander is the world's largest amphibian. Chinese giant salamander is the world's largest amphibian. That means it is large in size, big. So the largest amphibian in the world is the Chinese giant salamander. This is a very important question. So these are 5 kinds of animals. These are 5 kinds of animals based on where they live. First is terrestrial animals, the animals which live on land. Aquatic animals, the animals which live in water. Amphibians are the animals which live on both land and water, which live on both land and in water. Arboreal animals are the animals that live mostly on trees. Aerial animals that can fly and spend a lot of time in the air. Yes, our next topic is shelters built by animals. The animals which make their own shelters. In this topic, we will learn about the animals which make their shelters by themselves. So, some animals make shelters for their own, like birds use beak to make their nest. Next topic is shelters built by animals. Some animals make shelters for themselves. So first is burrow. Some animals like foxes, rabbits and groundhogs live underground in burrows which they dig in the ground. See, so first shelter we are reading about is burrow. Next shelter is nest. Different birds build different types of nests. They choose a place which is safe to hatch their eggs. See the beautiful nets made by different birds. After burrow nests, our other shelter is ant hills. Ant hills are the homes of ants. See, they are like hill. So that's why they are called ant hills, homes of ants. Our next shelter is web. You can read it as web only. You can say web also. So spiders spin web to live in. That means spiders make webs to live in. These also act as perfect traps for catching insects. They catch insects using their webs. So web is the next shelter and spiders make webs. Next shelter is hives. Bees make wax inside their bodies and they use the wax to build homes called hives. To make shelters, they use the wax and which is made inside their bodies, and from bees you get honey. So a hive is a home for a whole colony of bees. See, millions of bees live together in a hive. So a hive is a home for bees, or you can say for a whole colony of bees. So these are the shelters made by animals. So just recap. First shelter we have read about is burrow. Next is nest. One shelter is ant hills. Other is web made by spiders, and last are hives. In today's class we have learnt about the different kinds of animals and where they live. Plus we have learnt about the shelters built by animals. In our next class we will learn about the shelters built by human beings. So it's time for homework now, and question number 1 for homework is, What is the difference between terrestrial and arboreal animals? Arboreal, ARBOREAL. So question number 1 is, what is the difference between terrestrial and arboreal animals? And question number 2 is, what are amphibious animals? Give examples. And our third question is, name any 3 shelters built by animals. Plus question number 4. I am giving you question number 4. I am showing you the picture of it. Give one word answers. And question number 4 is, give 1 2-word answers. You can write the answer is in 1 word or in 2 words. These are the 5 parts of the question number 4. This is question number 4. Give 1 word answers. Question number 4 has 5 parts. So that's all for today. Be ready with the answers tomorrow. Thank you.